Hey friends, Sheila here. I'm a holistic nutritionist and intuitive eating counselor. And today, Katie and I are talking about macronutrients.
Yes, macronutrients. I'm very familiar with them. I macronutrient all the time. I love macronutrienting. Why, if I had a macronutrient for every...
It's okay if you don't know what macronutrients are.
Oh, phew. Yeah, no clue. But they sound important.
They are. Macronutrients are nutrients we require in large or macro amounts. They are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And they're sometimes nicknamed macros.
I like that name much better.
Each macronutrient plays an important role in our body's functions.
But aren't some macronutrients better than others? Like protein. Protein helps me get jacked.
Yes, protein helps with muscle and tissue building. It also helps with our hormones and our immune system. But each macronutrient is crucial for our well-being. Carbohydrates provide us with energy to feed all the cells of our bodies, while fats help with the absorption of vitamins and also act as a key structural component of each and every one of our cells. We need all three of them.
Ah, they're best friends. Like me and Beyonce.
Right.
Okay, so what's this I hear about counting macros? Do I need to count them? I hate math.
True, a popular trend is the macro diet, or it's sometimes called if it fits your macros.
Yes, or IIFYM for short. It doesn't feel shorter.
So in this diet, a person is given a certain amount in grams of each of the macronutrients they're supposed to consume in a day. This might be determined by a health or wellness professional or an online calculator.
Oh, fabulous. The internet always has all the answers.
Well, hold on there, Katie, because no health or wellness professional and definitely no online calculator can predict how much energy your unique body will need on a day-to-day basis.
Why not? I mean, this asks for my height, my weight, my activity level. That's more than my Bumble dates know about me.
Okay, but those details don't give a full picture of you or your body's unique needs. Even a trained health professional isn't going to know how your body's energy needs change from day to day. Our bodies need energy for building our muscles, fighting off infections, producing hormones, all of which varies each and every day. And no series of calculations can account for that.
But I want to lose weight and get ripped, and I heard that counting macros is a good way to do that.
Losing weight occurs when you create a deficit between the amount of energy or calories you consume and the amount you expend through exercise or your body's daily functions. It doesn't matter whether those calories are from carbohydrates, proteins, or fats. If you create a deficit, technically you will lose weight.
Yes!
But Katie, don't forget the vast majority of people who lose weight through restricting regain all, sometimes more weight than what they lost.
Ugh, I know, but I don't care. I want to get shredded. I'm going to be the next ultimate fighting champion.
If muscle gain is your goal, then restricting your body down to a certain number of calories and grams of macronutrients isn't the answer. Our bodies need energy in order to repair the muscle damage done by exercise. The repairing of muscle tissue is what leads to the growth and strengthening of muscles. If you aren't consuming enough energy, your body is going to be way too focused on trying to keep you alive to worry about growing your muscles.
Okay, so what if I make sure I'm getting enough calories, I just stick to my specified macronutrients?
Well, a macro diet is designed around following a specific allotment of macros. As we discussed earlier, your body's needs vary on a day-to-day basis, which means that sometimes that allotment might be more than you need and sometimes it might be less. But in either case, you're relying on external rules to tell you what and how much you should eat. But you don't need that. You get hungry and full for a reason. And if you learn to tune into your body's internal cues and listen to that hunger and fullness, you can begin to maintain a weight that is comfortable for your body, and you can nourish it enough to gain strength if you work out in a way that builds muscle mass.
I can do that.
Something else to keep in mind is that counting macros might begin with a simple goal like trying to gain muscle mass. But tracking and counting everything you eat is a slippery slope towards food obsession and disordered eating.
And counting and tracking everything I eat would get pretty stressful and time-consuming. I have better things to do. I have a life to live, Sheila. But what's the point in even knowing about macronutrients then?
Well, knowing about macronutrients can help give you information to help you nourish yourself, but it doesn't have to come with all these rules and restrictions. Rather than thinking of some macronutrients as good and others as bad, or feeling like there's one that you really need to limit, recognize that each of them plays a vital role in your health and well-being, and try to incorporate all of them into your diet.
How do I do that?
Simply get a basic understanding of which foods are high in each. Meat, seeds, and legumes are good sources of protein. Nuts, oils, and avocados are good sources of fat. Fruits, veggies, and whole grains are all great sources of carbohydrates. There's no need to obsess or count. Just take a look at what you eat throughout your day and see if you're incorporating a little of each.
I mean, that just seems so simple. Where are the rules?
There are no rules. Counting macros can make you feel like you need to eat a lot of a certain macronutrient and avoid others, but they each have their benefits, and the ratio of what you need varies from person to person and from day to day, and no series of calculations can tell you what that ratio should look like for you.
Well, thank goodness for that, because math? No thank you.
So ditch the rules and all the counting and incorporate fats, protein, and carbohydrates in a way that feels good to you. That's it for today's video on macronutrients. If you had any questions that weren't answered in today's video about macros, please leave them in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you want to be notified whenever I put out new videos, hit subscribe below. Have a good one.
I like that name much better. It's shorter. It's better. Like Katie. Short. Sweet. You know, none of this Kathleen nonsense. KT. Shorter. Same syllables, so I guess not really shorter.